Hello everybody, and just here, and welcome back to Kaiju Hachigo episode 7, in which we will continue the fight with the new breed of fungal monsters, whatever is the official designation of them. One Honju, couple Yoju, something like that. It's very early. Very early. It's like, what, 5:45 or so. I'm still a little bit groggy. I hope it doesn't come through the screen, but I am a little bit, and the shower didn't do much, so if I seem a little bit, maybe, tired, lethargic during the watching of this show, I'm terribly sorry for that, but this is the only time today that I can record, so it is what it is. But yeah, I don't think this show is gonna allow me to fall asleep. So, right, in the previous episode, the entire previous episode was essentially just one long-winded battle. Well, long-winded has negative connotations. One long battle there. There are absolutely no negative connotations to that. On the surface, if you look a little deeper, that entire episode was a little bit of a parallel between two distinct rivalries, right? The first one was the rivalry between Haruichi and Aoi, the two candidates who are more or less equal, right? Sometimes one of them is gonna score like 2 more kills, sometimes the other, sometimes one of them is gonna win the race, sometimes the other one. One of them might be better at, arm wrestling, but the other is better at lifting, right? But they're mostly equal, and their rivalry had that, equal tinge, where they're constantly, overtaking each other. And in contrast to that, we are shown another rivalry, one between Iharu and Reno, one that started, or at least was supposed to start, probably in Iharu's expectations, that started them on equal footing. Perhaps Iharu even a little bit higher than Reno, because Iharu has like official training, right? He went to school for killing kaiju, stuff like that. Meanwhile, Reno is just a nobody who just suddenly appeared here. And Reno is surpassing him very easily, very quickly. Not just with sheer combat power, but also with determination. Right? He wants to be the strongest possible so that Kafka doesn't have to use his kaiju powers, right? That's one of his biggest motivations. And it works. It shows that it works. He is also smart about what he's doing. He's not going with the default loadout. He figured that cryo rounds are going to be the best for his particular combat style, so he went with them. And he uses non-standard equipment, perhaps in non-standard ways. We'll see about that, but wouldn't surprise me. And that's another way that he can get a little bit ahead. And it's being noticed, right? I think it was Soshiro. Soshiro or someone else? Yeah, I think Soshiro said that there are a couple of like captain candidates in this group of rookies. One of them, of course, being what's her face? Kikoru. And another one of them being, to everybody's surprise, or probably not, of course, our boy. He is strong, and he grows strong very, very quickly. So no surprises there. What happened to my glasses that they're so fucking dirty? Yeah, I'm gonna have to learn to live with that, I guess. Good enough. Yeah, so that was basically the essence of the previous episode. And another big part of it, was showcasing how Kafka can be useful even without his monstrous form. Because he can be useful. He can be very useful. And I very much like it. He's like a field technician kind of sort of dude, field scientist, right? He's not the best at facing the enemies head on, but he has knowledge about their physiology, about how they work, what makes them tick, what makes them stop ticking, perhaps most importantly of all. So, in the middle of battle, while everybody was kung fu fighting, he took a time, went back a little bit, ripped one of the fallen enemies asunder, and figured out where is their core, how to destroy them, how to defeat them easily, at which angle to shoot. Figured that they have some reproductive organs, so even the bodies that were left behind, they might start spawning more, and those more will, arrive from behind. So let's protect our backlines or make sure to destroy the bodies, right? He was there to do that in the moment, in the heat of battle. They didn't need to bring the corpses back to the lab for dissection, and, he was right there to tell them all about it right here, right now. Good. I like it. I like that he's not defined by his superpowers. He's still a very useful member of the team, a very useful combatant or non-combatant, depending how you classify it, in his own right. Take away his powers and he's still a valuable member of the group. He still, has... Oh, that's still too hot. He still has a big impact on how the fight goes. So I really like that. Because what it also means is that this show is not going to suffer the issue that some stories that also bank on the main character having superpowers and hidden superpowers sometimes run into, being that everything that happens is basically insignificant, and everybody's just waiting for the moment the character shows their powers, right? Oh, the battle, it's like whatever, just skip. Oh, now the henshin scene, now the actual fight begins, right? It's not the case here, because Kafka is, an important fighter, even outside of his superpowers. Good shit. And we ended the episode with Iharu and Reno running into the Kaiju King in his human clothing, so to speak. And yeah. And the Kaiju King seems to be the one who gave the Kaiju their reproductive organs. And he's very perplexed about how did the Humies figure out that this is the case? Do you have someone in your amidst your people that knows a lot about kaiju, perhaps, right? What's going on there? So they're gonna have to face the Kaiju King, and I'm a little bit afraid about Iharu. He's somewhat disposable, meaning he's not one of the main three characters, Kikoru, Kafka, and Reno. So it's not that hard to get rid of him. Hope it doesn't happen though. I really hope it doesn't. But we'll see, of course. And I guess another bit in the previous episode that we've seen is a little bit more of a showcase of Mina's true power, right? Her being able to wipe out a big kaiju in a couple of shots. We also learned that the kaiju raising back from the dead had a huge effect on her, because she obliterated that corpse thoroughly to the point where it cannot possibly rise again. And we also learned the true power of Soshiro. He's not particularly skilled or particularly powerful when it comes to long-distance, long-range combat, but when it comes to CQC, he has no equal. So, cool. Yeah, that sums up the previous episode. In today's episode, I believe we're gonna see Iharu and Reno versus the Kaiju King, and them perhaps being rescued by Kafka in his Kaiju form. Maybe by Kikoru. I don't think Kikoru has a chance against the Kaiju King. It was already shown that she doesn't, really. So if there's anybody who would have a chance, it would be Kafka. And Mina, maybe, and Soshiro. We'll see where it goes. This whole operation is problematic in that everybody is under, precise and constant surveillance. So, and they're wearing the suits and whatnot, so Kafka can't exactly hench in at will. That's gonna be a little bit hard, isn't it? I'm gonna pull down the blinds because sun is bouncing off someone's window and just blinding me. So give me a moment and then we can start watching this episode. Right? Right. Alright, apparently it wasn't someone else's window, it was my own window. Namely this steel, metal, aluminum, whatever, piece of metal that connects the two panes of glass. And that was bouncing straight into my face. Yeah, I'm never really awake this early, so I'm unfamiliar with the, particular challenges of the early hours, but it's been solved now. So with that being said, you're gonna need your subs, of course, to follow along with me. I'm gonna need my sound to hear what's going on in the show. And I'm gonna have to ask you for support. Support the channel if you want monetarily on Patreon, YouTube down below, or not. Share my content, spread the word. It costs you nothing and helps a lot. And with that, we can start watching episode 7 of Kaiju Hachigo in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, a little bit of a last time on Dragon Ball Z. Right, the big one is also spawning a second wave of Yoju. Or its corpse, more precisely. Yep. So are we starting from this exact moment, or moment and place? Or is it just like purely last time on Dragon Ball Z? We'll see. Yeah, I'm trying to find something to talk about, but I can't. I'm just waiting for what's going to happen, That's one of the reasons why I'm not particularly fond of reminders, right? Last time on show name, because I don't really have anything to talk about during the opening. Symphogear was very good about it, because they would show us a little bit of the recap, and then that recap would move smoothly into the rest of the episode, and the opening would happen sometimes after that, or even at the very beginning, right? That was cool, that was good. But now, yeah, okay, the opening is done. Where are we at? Oh. Nope. He's gone. Don't die. I like those guys. They better not die. Oh, that's an interesting face. He tells you move, you move. Yeah. Well, now you know another one. Yeah, that's the agile, gigaresque form that we know and love. Return empty-handed. He says as if he's working under someone. Jamming. Jamming. And wouldn't that alone be suspicious? See what? Oh, gotcha. She knows how he fights. Yep. Well, more or less. Oh, could it be that freezing rounds are particularly effective against him? Can you fight? Not really, can you? That's why. Yeah, bring reinforcements. Kafka, ideally. Yeah, but she was also taken by surprise. And you know a little bit more. Oh, this sound effect. Oh, it's dodging as well. Determination. Are you coming back? Just like Reno came back for Kafka, or... Okay, so he hit a wall, and that's where his and Reno's paths started to diverge. Because Reno is able to grow past the 20%. Interesting. So they had the time to form this, like, you know, healthy competition, right? When they're more or less equal. And then the balance started getting shaken out of balance. Oh, just in the nick of time. That's a lot of bleeding. Yes! You hate your own weakness. Right? Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay. We're fighting side by side. I'm saving you. Okay, that also works. He said as he passes out. Oh. That's quite an overpowered ability, being able to trap them. Oh, music's kicking in. Some... okay. Yeah. Yeah, okay. He's thinking outside of the box. All right. Yeah. He's growing. He's growing. He's changing. And I love the reactions of the Kaiju King. I really enjoy him. Oh, are his eyes glowing? Oh, I was expecting one big blast, but it's full auto. Alright, how much did it do, I wonder? Oh, he hid behind a mass of flesh. We have the technology, we can fix him. We fixed Kikoru. Oh? Yeah, they're reacting to the Kaiju King. Yeah, okay, let's go save them. Oh? Like a normal reaction to bleeding or something special in what the Kaiju King is shooting? Like instant infection or something? Oh, yeah, he learned your tricks. I really like him as an antagonist. Yeah, experimenting just how much punishment can a human body take. Is he going to be another one who learns of Kafka's secret? Empty clip. Yeah, he did, like, overload it or whatever. Funny you mention demons and devils. Something very similar will be approaching, I have a feeling. Your prayer has been heard. Ah, perfect arrival. And this track. Down, 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 down. I love this moment of realization. I really like him as an antagonist. He's so enjoyable. I mean, not like it has, you know, any negative effects on his body that we know of. So at least there's no, you know, that he can only transform 3 times and then he dies or whatever sort of a limitation. Yeah. Okay, wait a moment longer. Okay, we're only 15 minutes in. We still have the time. I was afraid we're gonna be rolling credits now. And we're still finding some time for humor. Yeah, which is stronger though? Also, the Kaiju King has the ability to, like, control Kaiju, right? Okay, so I take it Kafka's creation was not the doing of the Kaiju King? That's a lot. Yeah. He was experimenting, he was learning. Oh? Was he able to, like, analyze it or something? Yeah, probably. Or he can just scream those away. That also works. He's so delightfully overpowered. No, no chance. Oh, some sort of anti-regen capabilities? Oh. It is. You learn quickly. Ah. That was delightful. Now destroyed. Call me surprised. Ah, shit. Strike the core. Don't waver. Strike the fucking core. Their bullets can do shit to you. Oh, that's how she's gonna get the axe, because they're gonna figure that she's really strong with melee weapons. Oh, that's dope. Just slashed it in half with a road sign. My kaiju powers. Yeah, he can sense the kaiju. Mm-hmm. Well, shit. Huh. Is the jig up? Or... should have struck the core while you had the chance. Yep. Should have finished the job. Well, he is a human first and foremost. Smoke bomb. Okay, who's gonna spot you? Nobody? Oh, Soshiro. Of course. And roll the ending. Not quite yet. Yeah, that's no bueno. Yeah, helping them mostly. Kikoru, you're the only one who can explain right about now. Mm-hmm. Never serious. Yep. Never with eyes open, fully serious mode. And a limiter. Of course. God damn. That's a lot. Let's talk. Maybe, shall we? Oh boy. I expected Iharu to learn of his true, form, maybe. I expected maybe a couple people to learn about, Kaiju No.8 being overall friendly. Sowing a little bit of seeds of doubt, right? Should we really kill him? Maybe he's actually on our side, yada yada yada, right? Stuff like that. I did not expect a confrontation with Soshiro. I really did not. And also, I'm no longer groggy, so this show works like fucking morning coffee. Nobody got you the way I do. Ah, wrong lyrics. I really wish we had lyrics here. One time a song is in English and I could sing along, we don't get the lyrics. Also, in the bottom right, that's also a humanoid-looking kaiju. Is it like Kafka's ultimate form because it kind of looks similar, or is it like a different, like a Honju-sized humanoid kaiju? Ah, I don't know, but what I do know is that we're gonna watch this episode again. Shall we? Yes, we shall. Recap. And opening. Yeah, I hope nothing happens to those guys. I really hope so. That's a very, very good design for his human form that we didn't get like a full proper view of earlier. He's even drawn almost at like lower definition, right? His hair is very simple, he barely has a nose, he doesn't have any pronounced lips or eyebrows or eyelashes or anything. Very plain eyes without any irises, or with black irises, right? It really seems like someone who is inexperienced at drawing humans, drawing a human. And it works so well because the Kaiju King is inexperienced at being a human, so he created the closest approximation to a human that he could. I like it. I really like this detail. I really, really like his demeanor as well, and his curiosity. I really like it that he's not the kind of a villain who would be, you know, going around talking about destroying the world or getting angry or getting, you know, emotional or having grudges or anything like that. No, he's very, very inhuman in his coldness and curiosity, right? I like it. I really like this archetype for an antagonist. Yeah, I don't want to just return empty-handed. Maybe I can at least take home a life sample of a defense force officer, right? Maybe at least that. And no, actually, I figured your communicators out. They weren't that hard to figure out. This is undetectable area. I came up with this trick to help me try staying hidden from humans, but it works for hunting humans as well. I like his, like, you know, explanations, his curiosity about things. I really enjoy him as an antagonist. Right? Huh? I'm not hitting my targets. What's going on here? It was supposed to hit. I should adjust how I fire. And this understanding and sharing his understanding. I get it. I figured it out. Thank you, human. I am smarter thanks to you. I really like this. And yeah, he telegraphs his attacks a little bit. And oh, yeah, I was right. You can predict where I'm gonna shoot. I shall adjust accordingly. A cryo rounds seem to work really, really well against him, and apparently shock rounds as well. I wonder if perhaps, like, in general, elemental rounds will work really, really well against him. Let's see. Elemental. Ice. Shock. Fire, perhaps? Rounds work really well against the Kaiju King. I wonder if it becomes relevant right? Like, we've only seen the officers and pretty much everybody just use regular rounds. The first time we've even seen that there exist other rounds is with Reno using freezing rounds. Then we have Iharu using his shock rounds. We haven't seen them used that commonly, so I wonder if it's deemed either not a necessity, or maybe it's only used for like the super strong ones. And I wonder if maybe they're going to start being used a little bit more commonly. I'm scared, but yeah, I want to be a person who saves people, not runs away. That was my life's goal, that was my decision, that is my target, and I will do everything I can to achieve that. I would be going directly against my own convictions and directly against my own goals if I were to not stand my ground. Using freeze rounds that work really well, apparently. And yeah, now we know where, well, I guess, yeah, we know where the discrepancy also comes from a little bit. You have a ceiling. Maybe not so much a ceiling, but rather like a soft wall, right? Where everybody can hit like 20, 30 or whatever, and at that point, if you put in the work, if you have the correct mindset, you can overcome it. And everybody, absolutely everybody can. It's not like genetic or whatever. But if you don't put in the work, if you don't have the correct mindset, if you don't have a goal, maybe, right? Stuff like that, then you will be forever stuck at that 20, 30, will not overcome it. Interesting. Interesting that everyone has the potential within them to do it. Stuck at 20 for 2 weeks, so the like lower end. I thought of nothing but getting stronger. Yeah, you thought of nothing but getting stronger, but were you actually trying to get stronger though? Because there's a difference. He surpassed me like it was nothing and I hate it. Right? But no, I don't hate Reno because he overcame me. No, I hate my own limitations. Not even myself, my own limitations. And I want to surpass them. I want to overcome them. Constructive hate. I hate the thing whose destruction will be for the better. That's constructive hate. Yeah, I hate my, my approach to it. The guy who always needed somebody else to save him. The one who decided to run on the spot. The one who decided to go with stock rounds because why bother, right? The one who went for school and did his homework for killing kaiju but never actually excelled at it, right? That's what I hate, my own mediocrity. You ain't saving me, I'm saving you. And now they have an opportunity to fight together. I like those little gestures of him like scratching his head plate in a very human gesture. I like it. Yeah, not sure what I'm seeing here. They're probably having a moment or something, but yeah, I don't know, like human emotions. Could you explain them to me, perhaps? I would be very much obliged for that. Right, I really like him as a villain. Like, shit, everything in this show just works so well. The action works well, the interpersonal relationships work so well, the characters and their growth, that works well, the like hype moments, the villain, everything just works so well here. Oh, and that moment of realization, that like excitement, right? Like childlike wonder almost. Oh, I get it. You were trying to get him out of here. I was wondering, but now I figured it out, right? Look, mommy, I can count to 10, right? This sort of excitement. And then he's not like holding anything close to his chest. He's not holding his cards. Everything is right down on the table, right? And he isn't even being prompted to answer. No, he just almost with pride answers no. I figured it out, actually. You can't leave without my permission. You thought you're gonna be able to, but no, I outsmarted you humans. I really, really like that. Like, I have no doubt that if you were to stand against him and ask him for his motives, for why he's doing what he's doing, he would just answer. He would just answer straight. He has no reasons to lie. He has no reasons to hide anything. No, he would actually say that, oh, yes, the plan I figured out is actually very smart. Here is how it goes, human. I'm planning to destroy humanity and take over the world so that us, monsters, can inhabit it. Or whatever, right? I like this kind of a character as an antagonist. I really do. Yeah, you heard the guy. Let's go. Yep, you aren't the only one who's trying all the different bullets, and it works really well, apparently. Makes it hard to move. Yep. And he can dodge, and he grew. And Iharu is probably at like 22% right now. Just by thinking of using something different, and by learning how to observe the movements of his enemy to dodge, he jumped by like 2% at least, is my prediction. Actually, Iharu jumped to over 22% after fight with King in episode 7. And also, Iharu catches up to Reno. Wouldn't surprise me. If this is what allowed him to overcome the wall, to climb over it, to break through this like soft lock, the world is his oyster. He can grow however much further. I think. We'll see though. Maximum combat power. I fully expected either like a big blast that misses or a big blast that hits. I did not expect like a charged up full auto mag dump. Interesting. Also, it's probably nothing. It's probably nothing, but whatchamacallit, Yuuna kinda made me a little bit wary of religious things in shows. This is like 2 times they invoke God in this episode alone, right? First Reno, then Iharu also prays to God. Again, it's probably nothing, because, you know, it's standard to like pray in your moment of need or whatever. But I so rarely actually like see that happen in anime. I guess that, I don't know, it just kind of jumped out at me that here it's Reno asking for God's, you know, help, then Reno, then Iharu. I'm getting them mixed up, sorry. Give me more power than Shinomiya or Capitan Ashiro. Right. And maybe you even got that. I mean, your eyes were glowing, just like Soshiro's. Wouldn't surprise me if that was a sign of using like your full capacity or something like that. Wouldn't surprise me if in this moment you briefly jumped to like 70% maybe for just the briefest of moments. Also, I wonder how much did Reno jump. I'm assuming after this fight he's gonna be at 50-ish, 40-ish maybe. Wall of Corpses. Yeah, I mean, you're fighting a Kaiju King. He can command Kaiju at will. Yeah, oh, from the look of it, I guess you're screwed, huh? So proud with himself, so, you know, willing to banter a little bit, learning from humans. I like it. Yeah, we've lost contact. Yeah, they're probably reacting to the Kaiju King, aren't they? He's here indeed. Surprisingly hard to hold a human's motor functions without killing them. Yeah, he was not even trying to kill them, he was trying to hold their motor functions. This is such a cool moment. Like, moment of like utter terror for Iharu, right? And I mean, it's supposed to be scary. I know that it's supposed to be scary. We're supposed to be scared of the Kaiju King, but I just find him so incredibly endearing that I just can't feel like scared or threatened right now, because his little like, I've seen this trick already. This just brings me so much joy. You know? It's crazy. It's crazy how well he works as an antagonist, and how well he, I guess, just fits my personal likes, right? My personal likes and dislikes when it comes to villains. There absolutely are people who might not like him because they claim, oh, he's so unserious, he's supposed to be threatening, but he's not, or, you know, shit like that, probably. I mean, there's always people who hate any sort of a character. Every character ever in every piece of media has dedicated haters. It's like constant thing in life. But I in particular, I really enjoy him as a character, as an antagonist. I'm honestly curious to hear from you guys. What do you think of him as an antagonist? Do you also enjoy him this much, or is it like not your thing? This kind of a more like, I don't want to say light-hearted antagonist, but lackadaisical? Is that the word? Something like that, right? Like he's, I know, he doesn't give a fuck. He's enjoying himself. He's having fun discovering new things and experimenting. Give him some baking soda, a bottle of vinegar, he's gonna be fucking captivated for a day, right? I like it. I really do. Time to wrap this up. And yeah, he's experimenting. Is this amount of damage enough to make you stop moving? I guess not. Let's try this amount of damage. Did this work? Let's see another shot. Moreno is incredible. He'll become a captain someday. Yeah, Iharu really grew in this episode alone. He got rid of any sort of envy that he might have had. I don't think he had particularly much of it in him, but whatever there was, he got rid of it completely. I feel he realized his own weaknesses, he realized his own potential for growth, he realized his necessity for growth. He learned to, use different types of ammo, learned how to learned how to grow, right? He grew a lot. I like this change in him. And this moment where the clip is empty. Yeah, the moment of just abject terror. I don't need you anymore. And the slow movement with this like foreshortened almost shot of his hand. The droning in the background and another prayer to God. Or a demon, or the devil himself. Ask, and you shall receive. And this like doom sound, it's so commonly used in like movie trailers, or at least used to be. I really like this sound. Yeah, easy. And down, down, down comes in. Signature track for me. Just like that. I like that the kaiju, like part of the design of kaiju includes the design of their like, internal parts. right? Like, the head being ripped off is not just, head being more or less cleanly cut off with maybe some, like, red ribbons, but mostly it's just a clean cut. We don't see any internals or anything. No, you can clearly see the vertebrae, you can clearly see the bit of, like, spinal cord, right? Everything is so, not gory, so, how do I say it even? Biological. Right? Like, you feel that those monsters are actually living, breathing beings and not just a mass of moving goop that just happened to take this form, right? They have bones, they have internal organs, they have all of that. Another humanoid type. Yeah, this one's friendly, thankfully. Kaiju number 8. He's strong, but I have a bad feeling, right? Yeah, thankfully, not that bad. Just a little bit of a hit, but we have to remember that Kafka has, like, superhuman regeneration as well. You're tough. If I'm gonna kill you, I will need a lot more. Yeah, he was not taking your fight seriously, because to him, it wasn't even a fight, it was experimentation. He's the kid with a magnifying glass, burning ants, observing what they do if you point this sun ray at them, right? That's the Kaiju King. He's experimenting. He's catching a slug and cutting it open to figure out what's the deal there, right? He doesn't want to kill the ant. He wants to observe what the ant does when you rip off all of its legs, right? Basically. And yeah, Kafka also has the capacity to learn. He knows what those projectiles are and can apparently scream them away. I expected him to either maybe become immune to them or form some sort of a shield or maybe dodge them perfectly or something. I did not expect him to bounce them away with a scream. And he did not expect that either. Huh? Huh? I really like his human reactions. He's so delightful as an antagonist. Protect the core, yeah. Something wrong. Confusion. Doesn't even have the time to form coherent thoughts. We just see his stream of consciousness at this point. Your course in your torso, yep. Oh, this is bad. It is. Oh, Arida. See, this I don't like. It really feels like, whatchamacallit, there's like a specific name for the trope of a moment of stupidity that exists solely so that plot can happen. Can't recall the, like, proper actual name for it. But yeah, that's essentially what I mean. Like, Kafka should have just finished the job. Okay, sure, the soldiers are here, their bullets are probably not gonna do much to you. So take their fire if you must, but break the core. This is your priority. Don't get distracted. And it really seems convenient that he got so incredibly distracted and didn't even notice the Kaiju King regenerating or anything, just completely forgot about its existence, just stood there dumbfounded like a piece of rock, staring dumbly at the soldiers, not doing anything instead of finishing the job, right? Not a fan of that. I'm gonna be honest, really not a fan of that. I'd rather Kafka destroys the core and the Kaiju King regenerates, even with his core destroyed. Or I'd rather the Kaiju King gets whisked away by something. or, you know, any sort of other ass pull than anything else than the character just behaving stupidly. Especially someone like Kafka, someone who knows the, you know, knows the importance of the core, knows to aim for the core, right? Someone who knows what makes them tick. Someone who knows that they can even regenerate or get resurrected, right? And yet he didn't finish the core. Not a fan. Really, really not a fan. I have very few criticisms of this show in general. This is one of my first criticisms of it, and a very strong one. I'm gonna be honest. Not a fan. Regardless, we learn a little bit about, we get a little bit of foreshadowing for Kikoru, right? That, oh, it's not strong enough, my rifle, let me grab a random street sign and just cleave the kaiju in two. That's how she gets her axe. I like it. I like this little bit of, you know, showing that, yeah, she actually does really well with pole arms and, you know, melee weapons in general. That's why she's gonna get an axe in the end. Take care of things while I'm gone. He transformed right there. Yeah, to get there faster. The mimetic space was destroyed. Yeah, that did give him the opportunity. Now I understand how you work. Next fight is going to be much, much harder. Unless, of course, Kafka also learns, Kafka also changes. It's a possibility that he can learn, just like the Kaiju King can, so can Kafka, why not? He can grow stronger, why not? He could, in the end, also be perhaps augmented by technology a little bit. Should the jig be up? Should maybe Soshiro discover his true identity? Or maybe, I don't know, Konomi or whoever? Should that happen? Should that be out in the open? Let's give him a suit in his monstrous form. Let's give him weapons that he can use in his monster form and make him this much more powerful, right? That's a possibility. Yeah, get out. And here comes Soshiro. Why are you just stumbling around in your monster form? You should have run away somewhere that's not, you know, easily found by other humans. Maybe into the sewers or whatever. Then change back into Kafka and I don't know, arrive there and be like, oh, I was running because I heard that Reno was attacked. I tried to, you know, help my body and also get some intel on the Kaiju King. But I guess it's done. I guess the Kaiju King is no more and Reno is safe, so I'm gonna go back to cleanup. Right? Something like that. But no, he decided to stay in his Kaiju form and get spotted by Soshiro. I feel it's another, like, brain fart moment for him. Another moment of stupidity just for the sake of Soshiro being able to notice him. Ah. Yeah, made contact. Ren, of course, wants to explain, but is unable to. Yeah. When a person who is always smiling and always has his eyes closed opens their eyes and stops smiling, shit's hitting the fan. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it is. A fucking industrial-sized fan. And he was using a limiter. And he was using a limiter. It's fucking Rock Lee dropping his weight, isn't it? 92%. God damn. I wonder what happens at 100. Do you just become as strong as Kafka? Or, I don't know. Is Kafka even at 100 according to the scale? That's not a given. Neutralize No.8. Yeah, let's talk. Let's talk maybe. Let's not jump to conclusions. I helped people. Let's talk. I'm your ally. Right? Could we do something like that? Maybe not jump to turning him into sashimi? I wonder if Mina is going to stop Soshiro. Yeah, she heard the little girl say that, oh, the nice Mr. Kaiju helped us. So she knows that, oh, something's up. Something's not right. Let's stop there, Soshiro. Let's interrogate this motherfucker. Let's hook him up to lab equipment or whatever, because, you know, let's not try to eradicate everything we see, because we're already making use of kaiju technology. Might as well make use of a live kaiju, one that can be communicated with, right? Let's do something in that, about that. Mina stops Soshiro from killing Kafka. Where is the... There it is. In the bottom right corner, we see a kaiju that also has a black body with bony looking elements and with like bone looking face. It could either be Kafka's 2.0 form, though we don't see any like teal accents, and Kafka's design is all about the teal light up accents, or it could be another sort of a humanoid kaiju. Reno? Probably not. Not within the span of this season, at least. Maybe within the span of the source material, yeah, sure, I can see that happening. Or I can actually more see Reno being the shonen protagonist here. Someone who started from nothing, doesn't have any super special powers, just goes through with his own resolve and his own strengths, and that's how he grows stronger and powerful, right? This sort of a deal. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see in the future. But right now, that's it for this episode. Very, very, very good. I really did enjoy it. Except this, you know, bit of criticism with Kafka just behaving stupidly. I guess him stumbling around dark alleyway can be chalked up to just being shaken up by what happened, you know, being surprised by the strength of the Kaiju King, being surprised by his very existence, right? Maybe stuff like that. Maybe he is hurting a little bit from the damage he sustained. Maybe there are like explanations for him being a little bit dumbfounded and not thinking fully. But a kaiju specialist like him ignoring the core, yeah, that's where my suspension of disbelief kind of crumbles ever so slightly. Yeah, suspension of disbelief works as long as the world is internally consistent. That's like the ultimate rule. Kafka ignoring the core is not internally consistent. So it's like a big stain on the face of this episode. But besides that, yeah, really good. I really like how Iharu learned how to grow and that he grew. I really like his growth as a character. I wonder if in the source material we got a little bit more of those, like, you know, training montages and stuff. Things that were relegated to literally a montage here. Maybe actually took proper full chapters in the manga. I don't know. I'm not saying that it's rushed. I'm not saying it's like fucking unnamed memory. No, absolutely not. Just wondering, you know, just wondering. What else about this episode? I really like the Kaiju King. I said it so many times, so I should probably shut up about it. But I really like this archetype of a villain. It's like demons from Frieren, but more fun, right? If that makes sense. And I like it, and I enjoy it very much. Yeah, I wonder. Actually, yeah, I do. I wonder how's Kafka getting out of this situation. That's my biggest head scratcher right now. I was already wondering about it before, right? Like they have their monitoring and their suits and shit like that. Surely Kafka can't just transform freely, and yet he did. Interesting. Did nobody notice, or did does the suit become a part of Kafka and continues reporting, or what's the deal there exactly? Where was I going with it? Shit. I forgot. I legitimately forgot where I was going with it. God damn it, maybe I should have gotten a little bit more sleep after all. The effect of this episode being cup of coffee is starting to wear off, I guess. What was I talking? Right. How's Kafka getting out of the situation? Right. He has monitoring on and he transformed. How can that? Yeah, how can that work? Right. I wonder if perhaps Konomi is going to notice. She's going to put two and two together. That's about the one of the only ways that I can see Kafka getting out of this sticky situation. She notices that, oh, Kafka's vitals spiked briefly, then they disappeared, and then Kaiju No.8 appeared, and all this time Kafka's vitals did not reappear, and he's nowhere to be seen. There is some correlation, right? Captain Soshiro, stop! Don't do that. It's Kafka, right? Something like that, maybe. I wonder. I wonder if that's going to be his out. If it is, that's going to be a big reveal, bigger than I would have expected. I fully expect still this show to do the reveal of Kafka's nature gradually, slowly. First, it's Reno who learned about it. Then Kikoru knows about it. Then maybe Iharu. Maybe followed by Aoi and Haruichi, both. Right? Slowly, people learning about it. People getting their own opinion, right? Maybe being antagonistic for a while, but then Kafka saves them and they change their mind, right? Everybody, the entire team, the entire squad learning that Kafka is a monster, but he's cool, he's with us, and we know that because we've been fighting alongside each other for months or years now, and we can vouch for him with our entire fucking career. So when the time comes when Kafka is discovered in front of the whole organization, discovered by Mina, discovered by Soshiro, then there is that bit of force, bit of pushback, bit of explanation that let's not dissect him. He's Kafka, we know that, we can vouch for that. All those years we've been fighting together have to count for something, right? I wonder if that's what they're going for. Maybe. Kafka kind of sort of revealing himself to Soshiro. Well, not revealing his existence to Soshiro. Makes me wonder, though. It could be that just Soshiro learns about it. Right? Like one person in the upper echelons and nobody else. And it's like a little secret between Kafka, Soshiro, Kikoru, and Reno. And maybe they drag Konomi into it. I got fixated on Konomi because the entire ending is about her, so she has to be significant somehow. And she's one of the most designed scientists here in this show, so it stands to reason that she would be the one to do the discoveries, maybe. I don't know how they're gonna do it. I really don't. I don't even know how Kafka's getting out of his fight with Soshiro. Either he defeats Soshiro but doesn't kill him, and then tells him, yeah, I did not actually want to kill you. It was self-defense, right? I'm on your side there, mate. Don't stand up, wait for help to arrive, let me go. Could be that they're stopped by external factors like Mina saying, no, he's the good kaiju, or Konomi saying, no, he's Kafka, or maybe Kikoru, or, right? Some, like, outside factor, outside influence there. Or maybe he just dehenshins and reveals the secret to Soshiro and hopes for understanding. I don't know. We'll see in the future episodes. I'm gonna be waiting, that's for sure. I'm very much enjoying this series, I'm very much enjoying this show, and I can't get enough of the Kaiju King. So, I guess with that out of the way, that's gonna be it from me for today. So as always, you guys do all the good stuff, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Cheers. Here's my wonderful page. Oh, I forgot. I have my whole, like, spiel at the end, don't I? That's gonna be it for today. So like this. Fuck. How does it go? How does it go? But you guys, you tell me, what did you think of this episode in the comments down below? What did you think of it, of my reaction, my theories, my this episode, stuff like that? Like this video if you liked it, subscribe to be notified of... What the fuck am I doing? Subscribe to be notified of future videos, not only Kaiju No.8, but also Yuuki, Yuuna, Sentai Daishikaku, Kaito Otome, Unnamed Memory, plenty others coming in the future. Click the bell to be notified when I go live, because I do stream sometimes. Support the channel if you want monetarily on Patreon down below, where for $10 a month you get early access to non-seasonal shows like Yuuki, Yuuna, and for just $1 you get a role on the Discord and a place in the credits. You can also support me directly on YouTube through memberships, super thanks, super chats, and if you don't want to spend any money whatsoever, you don't have to. Share my content, spread the word, costs you nothing, helps a lot. And with that out of the way, that's gonna be it for today. So as always, you guys do all the good stuff, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Cheers. That's how it goes. And here's my wonderful Patreons: QB, Without a Net, Zerene, Yuki, Ala, Ishtamu, Dr. Watt, Akamaser, Marsh, Vassal, and Hans Peter. And you can join them if you want, without having to fumble your ending, just like I did.